Yo, what's up? What's going on, y'all? This your boy Marlo, aka Motor City, and yes, I'm back up in the house. I'm just gonna give everybody a taste of what I love to do and how I do it. So whether you do it or not, that's really up to you. Basically, we're gonna start today. So y'all roll with me. Hey, it's on. I won't stop till I reach my goal. I'm gonna smash this mind control. Take back everything that's been stole. What's up? It's your boy Marlo, aka Motor City. What's up, y'all? Back up in the house. Yes, and we're gonna talk about it today, y'all. Basically, what I'm gonna break down to you is the beginning of how to create something that's in you. What's in your mind, and how do you get that out? How do you get it out on the equipment that you're using? And don't be I don't want you to be disappointed in seeing all this equipment and stuff I got. I honestly, yes, I really worked hard to get it and did what I had to do to get it, but it doesn't take all of this. There are a few basic things that you can have that really now can get you recording something that you want to do, whether if it's audio or whether it's video. I'm very grateful that I know how to do both. I don't know, maybe I'll start doing some courses on video stuff as well. But anyway, it just takes somebody that's determined, that is creative, and love to use their creativity and just expressing it. So, and the other thing too, the other important part of that is protecting yourself as well. Because hey, listen, I used to do it too. Being a creator and being a producer, you create stuff and you do stuff, and you don't have all the information. So you don't do the other necessary things that need to be done to protect your music, to protect what you're doing, to protect what you're sending out there online. Because there is a way, and there is certain other things that you need to do to protect yourself as an artist. We in a whole new different game now. I can remember back when you could go out to, you had to go out and get a record deal. Well, to get a record deal, you had to deal with a record company. You go to the record company, you had to deal with the AR person, or you had to deal with the producer. Well, there's so many procedures that you got to go through. They bring in a producer, or they bring in musicians and so forth, and all of that. And all that says is, cha-ching, 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 money. money that you don't even have yet. And then they're throwing all these deals at you. They throw you $150,000 deal, $250,000 deal, $500,000 deal, $1 million deal. And you thinking, oh yeah, we set, we finna roll, we finna go up. And in reality, you are starting yourself in debt already. So basically what I'm going to teach you and show you today is just basically one, when you create your music, you get it out. And then two, what's your next move after that? Well, we'll talk about that on the next video, but don't forget, y'all, subscribe to my channel. Go ahead and click that subscribe button, you know what I'm saying? Click that bell button, so I'm going to be throwing up videos, as much as I can when I can. Now I'm starting, but hey, don't forget that subscribe, y'all. Check it out. So basically what I'm going to talk about today is just the basics of, because I hear it a lot. I hear a lot that, I used to have other musicians tell me this. Well, you can't, man. You can't use the same sound. You got to use different sounds when you're doing different songs and stuff like that. That's not true. And I'm going to give you an example right here. I'm going to play this. I got this tune that I did. And I haven't released this one yet. This is something new that I've been working on. I got a few of them like that. But I'm going to play these tunes and I'm going to see if you can kind of hear the difference. I hope it's not too distracting for you. But check this out. If it's too loud. But just check this out.
And the day of the nasty boogie is back. Oh, I know you headed to the dance floor, 'cause I is. Yo, tonight I'm going out.
Now, I hope you kind of really was listening to the groove, listening to everything was going on. I'm going to bring this other song up. This is actually a new song that I'm working on. And this is one of the examples of what I'm talking about. Now, this particular song here, and as you probably can tell, I love doing a lot of R&B funk, and I love doing a lot of hip hop and stuff like that. I come up from that era, so check this one out. This is one, and this one's actually called Land of the Boogie. I didn't give you the title of the other one, but check this out.
Il était une fois au pays du boogie. J'ai coincé mon doigt dans le funk.
Yeah. Ooh, I'm going deep. Real deep, real deep. Deep in the rabbit's hole. Come on. Yeah.
Once upon a time in the land of the boogie, stuck my finger in the phone. Once upon a time in the land of the boogie, stuck my finger in the phone.
Okay, now check this out. Now you tell me, what is it anything that you've heard in these particular tunes that I just played that caught your attention, or what is it about these two tunes that what is it that you heard about these two tunes? Basically, for number one, I'm going back to what I was saying about how musicians say, well, you know, when you're making different tunes, you know, you can't use the same sound. You should use something, which I don't knock that, you know, because I know it has to do, when you're making music, it has to do with feeling, man. Feeling plays 100% part in your music. You know, even the ones that are reading music, you have to understand the ones that created that music for you to read had to do with what they were feeling. It all has to do with feeling. Now, for instance, like I said, these two tunes that I just played, a lot of those sounds that you just heard are the exact same sound. The exact same sound. They just been mixed different. Certain things that were down in one mix, in the other song, I just brought it up in the mix. But a lot of those are a lot of the exact same sounds that were used. So, you know, you can't go by if somebody tells you, well, oh, you can't use the same sound. That's a statement that's not true. So, I'm telling you, I've seen, listen, the 70s was a perfect example. And I don't know, some of you guys may remember and some of you guys may not, but I know I remember it clearly, where we just had this massive movement of disco music. I mean, it just smashed in disco music, and when it first came in, everybody was like, oh my God, what is this? You know, and everything was on the four. Everything was on the one and on the four. You know, boom, 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 that straight driving thrust song. And then what happened was, they figured out, and when I say they, I'm talking about the music industry, you know, the ones that are, you know, that was running everything, controlling everything then. They figured out, well, wait a minute, we got something here. So what they started doing is they would bring another act in, but they were using the same sound, the same beat. You know, another artist come in. What would you hear? Boom, 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 boom. New artists come in, new face, different artists, boom, 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 boom. It was a straight drive, straight sound, straight. They did it so much and so bad till they literally drove disco to the ground. I mean, I can remember picking up LPs and smashing them, picking up disco LPs and smashing them on the ground, running them over, tearing them up. That's how much the music industry drilled us with disco. Now, there was an era that came in before that, which we all know, which was the funk era and R&B, you know, and it came through strong. But before all of that happened, you know, there was a big wall that came up first, and it was, you know, the industry's like, this junk, it'll never work. But sure enough, When they started bringing that in, it rampaged in. I mean, it came in like a tidal wave. The difference between that and disco is that there were different varieties of funk. You know, it was different type of varieties of funk that came in. You had so many funk artists. Again, this is what the industry caught on to. And, you know, the first thing they wanted to do is they wanted to get control of the groups, the artists, the people that were producing that stuff, because they knew that they had something. And again, we watched the same thing going from that decade to the next decade. Like I said, when disco came in, then we had another era come in, which was the era of hip hop. See, I remember all this. I was part of that. We had the hip hop era come in. I remember when hip hop was breaking in and they were saying, "Oh my God, that is garbage. That stuff will never work. It'll never sell. People will never listen to it." You know, we used to laugh and talk about how fun it was to take a record and just scratch with it. You know, back then we were joking with it then. We didn't realize the potential of it. And before you know it, wham, hip hop came in like a tidal wave. The very thing that they said would not work exploded. Listen, like I said before, the next video I'm gonna get real deeper into that, about how the music industry was getting control of artists, getting control of their music, getting control of their publishing, getting control of everything, their writers, everything. So, hey. But long story short, you know, not to take it long, I'm gonna really try to push not to make these videos so long, but they're gonna be to encourage you to, you know, you have to want to create what's in you. I've seen it all. I've heard it all, from the greatest to the worst. But they still in a position where they made something that somebody liked. See, that's the key. You making somebody, I may not like it, but the next man may like it. You see what I'm saying? So the point is that you have to, what's in you, you have to let it out. Now there's several ways that you can learn how to do it. I'm not knocking people that go to school and learn music and learn, hey, listen, that's great. I don't have anything against that. But I'm not knocking the other side of that coin neither. There's a lot of people out here that's never been to music school, don't have a clue what a note is, don't have a clue what a clef is or what anything else. But they have an attachment to music so strong because they have an attachment to what they feel, because it's all about feeling. When you start listening to music from any area, any type of music, from hip hop to R&B to funk to classic to rock to disco, you know, even disco even brung itself back on. They don't call it disco, but it's the same concept. It's the same idea. It's the same 4-beat beats that's going on over and over and over. You know, what's funny about it is I see the same thing happening with this music, what happened with disco. Again, you know, it all boils down to what you're feeling. Hey, what's going on here? It all boils down to what you're feeling and how to get it out and how to get your sound out. So y'all stick with me. We're going to talk about it on the next video. We're going to talk about how to lay out, you know, how to lay out your beat, how to get it, you know, what's the process you need to go. Now I know sometimes people may think, well, you know, you just got to put stuff down and no matter what it sounds like, just put it down. But listen, there is a formula. There's a difference between just doing great music and hits. And if you listen to the hits, and that's what I learned from. I learned from listening to the hits, listening to those songs that hit. So there is a formula to it. There is a formula. There's a structure formula in creating a hit. It is. So on the next video, we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about, you know, how you laying stuff down. You know, I know, guys. Hey, listen, Timbaland is one of my favorite producers. You know, and what I love about that brother, you know, he broke it down in a lot of areas. A lot of songs and hits that he made, I mean, I don't even think he used 8 tracks. So, you know, it's not all the time, well, I need all these tracks and I need all this stuff. Not necessarily. So, we're going to talk about that. We're going to get into it. Once again, it's your boy, Marlo, a.k.a. Motor City. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Also, I'm going to leave a link either on the bottom of this video or on the top where you can go to that link and you can check out my music. I got some new music out that's online right now. Hey, listen, go check it out. Show your love and support. Download it. Hey, you help independent artists when you download their music. Let's show them love and support. Don't forget, I'm going to put the link where you can go check it out and go check out some new music. I got a new single out right now, and it's called Lady Kada. I've been having a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful response to this single. I got a lot more that's coming out that's on my album. The album is called This Feels So Good. So check that link out. Click that link. Check the music out. Check the singles out. Listen, you ain't got to buy the whole album. We're not in that era anymore. It has changed everything, and we're going to talk about that too. So thank everybody. Appreciate it. Thanks for your love and support. Go check me out. Peace and love.
I won't stop till I reach my goal. I'm gonna smash this mind control. Take back everything